So, you want the truth. You want facts. Well, that's what you're going to get from the Let's Grow with Yo-Yo podcast. Every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, let's get with the discussion. And here's your fact-finding host with the most attitude, Yomi.
Hey, good evening, everyone. This is your girl, Yo-Yo. I am coming to you today instead of a Thursday. I wanted to do little things differently this week. We're going to have one tonight, and we're going to have one on Thursday. The one on Thursday is going to be just the Black history. Tonight, we're talking about Palestine, Israel, and we're going to dig a little deep into it, okay? But before we get started, we got the church announcements. All right, y'all. So on October 28th, there is going to be a resource workshop. It's a part of the Well Woman Experience with Plan U. It's going to teach you financial literacy, restoration of rights, resume interview workshops, parenting classes, substance abuse classes, addiction, group therapy, and so much more. We are going to try to do this as often as we possibly can, but this is going to be our, I think, first big one on this scale. We will have another one, I know, in March during the Well Woman Experience, the Forgive Her Conference. So if you are in the DMV area, the Tidewater area, come on out to this workshop and get some tips, some interview tips to learn about financial literacy. Last season we did a show on the poverty mentality, and we're going to get back to that this season too. Things you may not know about parenting. Well, we all, parenting can't come with books, but, insight on parenting. If you have an addiction problem, no matter what it is, they have classes and resources and help for you to get. So, everything starts with a plan, but a plan is nothing without you. So come on out, and we hope to see you. It's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on October 28th. If you have any questions or need more information about it, please email info@planuinc.com. That's info@planuinc.com, and we will be happy to assist you with that and to help you with any other things that you might have. Now, also, we have upcoming is the Forgive Her Conference. I thought I had the flyer, but I don't know where it is. Anyway, March 22nd to 23rd of 2024. It's the Well Woman Experience. It's called the Forgive Her Conference. We are going to have Pastor Siobhan Smith. I am excited about that there. We'll have another resource workshop. We'll have breakout sessions. We'll have a panel for people to talk. We'll have so many things for women and men to get healed. You might come in broken, but we want you to leave out well. Okay? So God has forgiven you, so you need to forgive you. So come on out March 22nd to the 23rd at the Hampton Roads Convention Center in Hampton, Virginia. If you are looking for a place to stay, if you're coming from out of town, we have rooms reserved at the Embassy Suites right next door to the Hampton Roads Convention Center. So all you have to do is call and give the Well Woman Experience or the Forgive Her Conference thing, and you will get the discount. Okay? All right. Now, a lot has been going on, and at first I wasn't going to say much on this, but I have been listening. I've been looking at the news. I have been I follow certain people from that region on TikTok and Instagram, and Israel and Palestine, Gaza. We all know last Saturday Hamas had did an attack, and Israel is going ham, basically. And I don't think I don't want to get canceled for this, but Palestinians have the right to defend themselves. But I want y'all to listen to something first before I go into detail with what I was going to say. This is former President Obama speaking, I want to say about 9-10 years ago. And listen to what he says. All right.
Palestinian people's right to self-determination, their right to justice, must also be recognized. And put yourself in their shoes. Look at the world through their eyes. It is not fair that a Palestinian child cannot grow up in a state of their own. Living their entire lives with the presence of a foreign army that controls the movements, not just of those young people, but their parents, their grandparents, every single day. It's not just when settler violence against Palestinians goes unpunished. It's not right to prevent Palestinians from farming their lands or restricting a student's ability to move around the West Bank or displace Palestinian families from their homes. Neither occupation nor expulsion is the answer. Just as Israelis built a state in their homeland, Palestinians have a right to be a free people in their own land. You know, I'm going off script here for a second, but before I came here, I met with a group of young Palestinians from the age of 15 to 22. And talking to them, they weren't that different from my daughters. They weren't that different from your daughters or sons. I honestly believe that if any Israeli parent sat down with those kids, they'd say, I want these kids to succeed. I want them to prosper. I want them to have opportunities just like my kids do. I believe that's what Israeli parents would want for these kids if they had a chance to listen to them and talk to them. I believe that. Now, only you can determine what kind of democracy you will have. But remember that as you make these decisions, you will define not simply the future of your relationship with the Palestinians, you will define the future of Israel as well. As Ariel Sharon said, I'm quoting him, "It is impossible to have a Jewish democratic state at the same time to control all of Eretz Israel. If we insist on fulfilling the dream in its entirety, we are liable to lose it all."
I wanted to play that because I listened to the whole speech. It's about an hour or so long, but I just got the snippet of it when he was talking. He talked about Israel and all this stuff. Um, but when he said Palestine has the right to their freedoms and they have the right to live free on their own land, and Israel has the right to live free and do, because they live free, right? Why is it so hard for people to get behind the fact that Palestinians want freedom? I looked at some of the people that I follow on TikTok from that region, Gaza and stuff, and they had nice houses, they had clubs and bars and things like that. Same things that we do in the United States. They just want to be able to exist in a world, right? Without being judged, without anything that's going to hinder them, right? Don't get me wrong, Israel had every right to defend itself. Every right to defend itself toward any attacks. They did, right? They absolutely did. However, as I was looking at the news, I think it was CBS, NBC, and CNN, I've been switching between news stations, and people are dead. Innocent people are dying. Innocent children are dying. These people did not want this. They are living the lives they thought they had or should have, and we are sitting here split down the middle. Split down the middle. I don't condone violence at all. I do not condone violence. I do believe you need to defend yourself at all costs. However, when it comes to innocent lives, innocent children, now I heard a lot of stories debunk the fact that children's head were being cut off and stuff, that I don't know where it came from. So, but they're dying. They're being bombed. They're being shot to death. They are being murdered, basically. Right? They have nothing to do with what Israel and Palestine has going on. And then I saw where one of the reporters over there, Israel had told the Palestinians, the people in Gaza, to go south, right? That would be their passage to get out. But then they wound up killing them for, I'm so sorry, y'all. Killing them for what? You told them to go south and that they would be safe south, but then you bomb them and kill them anyway. And then not only that, you have the surrounding countries that close their borders. They're not allowing them to come in. They're not taking in refuge from Gaza. And this is out of control. But I did see where a lot of Egyptian people from Egypt were bringing water and food to the border to pass over so they can have food and water, because Israel cut their food supply and their water supply. I don't know what it's going to take for people to realize, like, we all can live on this planet freely, without harm to each other. But it just seems like nobody cares about the other person. I don't know. The United States needs to look in at itself to see where we can be better here, and also how to help Ukraine and the people over there in Palestine and Israel. How do we combat this all together? And from reports, Trump was the one who told Putin, and Putin told somebody, and this been planned for about a year or so. So isn't that considered treason? Is that not considered treason, or I don't know what the meaning of treason is. Because if a president or anyone else, let's see, was to do what he did, they would get the book thrown at them. Treason, the crime of betraying one's country, especially by attempting to kill the sovereign or overthrow the government. He's done that. He has done that in more ways than one. When are we going to realize, all of us going to realize, we are a stone throw away from whatever's going on over there? Here in the United States, we are allowed to live free and happy and just be ourselves without all this craziness. So I stand with the Palestinian people. I hope they get somewhere safe. I wish these people would open their borders and take in these refugees, because they have nowhere to go. And they're being killed like cattle for no reason, just existing. I was going to show where when the bombing had first started, that they had bunkers. The people that were at that festival ran into the bunkers, and Hamas came and was throwing grenades in there. But I think that was too harsh and too much for some people to see, so I didn't include it in tonight's thing. But they were throwing grenades in bunkers. For freaking what? These were people out there partying, having themselves a good old time, and here y'all come doing some junk like that. So at the end of the day, we as people need to show love to each other, need to show some kind of compassion, because this is truly getting out of hand. And my prayers and my heart goes out with the people of Gaza. That is it. That is my show for this evening. I thank you all for joining in, and I will see you on Thursday for the Did You Know in Black History. I love you all with the love of the Lord. Have a great night.